Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have a 16-inch Emerson desk fan for you. This is kind of a different model. You've probably seen ones like this on my channel before, but this is a different version. This is the 79648BB model, and it's got the thinner blades. I have two of the 77648 models, which have the larger overlapping blade, what collectors know as the elephant ear blades. But this is a slightly earlier model. It's also it's a unique variant because it's actually a government issued version, which there's a distinction that sets this apart from the non-government issued ones that I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, this version, the 79 model, had the thinner blades, as you can see. And it's in a black finish. It is 16-inch, obviously. I think it was the 8 designates that it's 16 inches. The 79648 number. 79 is the catalog number, like the this style with this blades. And then the 648 is the 16-inch model. The 8 designates that the blade paddles are 8 inches, and then the 646 models are the 12-inch models, and the 6 suffix on those ones designates that the blades on those are 6 inches in radius, not diameter, just the half of the blade, just the paddles each themselves. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah. I do have one of my 77 models here, and I have seemed to have put the tripod on top of the cord, so let me fix that real quick. So here is the 79 648 side by side with the 77 648, and you can clearly see the difference. Now, the blades, of course, are a lot larger on the 77 model, but the badge itself is also different. There were models that had the same badge as the 79 one, and actually I do have one. It's a 77 648 AS, but it's buried beneath a bunch of other box fans, so I can't get to it right now. But yeah, the cage is also different. If you'll notice, the 77 model has two wires on each of these sections here. The 79 model only has one on each, which that's kind of interesting. Not really sure the designation or why they did that. But you can see the base is different. The base on the 77 is a lot more flared out. On the 79, it's a bit taller, not as like flared out as the other one. But yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the other one in a bit more detail now. So I'm going to turn it to the side, and it's in fairly good condition. The only thing is it has the cord and headwire have both been replaced. Originally probably would have had a cloth covered headwire just like on the 77 there, but they replaced it with this, probably from like a vacuum cleaner or something. I actually don't even know. It's like got this really thin molded plug. Yeah, I don't know what this was off of, but it's definitely not the original one. The grommet in here is missing. This grommet is not original, obviously. And there's a sticker on the bottom of the base that says appliance repair something, so it obviously was repaired by an appliance repair company or some sort of business like that. I have completely torn this one down. I took it apart. I had to reset the stator because it was making some weird buzzing noises. I completely replaced all the grease in the oscillator. I gave the bearing some oil. Now, the reason why this is so special, this model, the government issued models, why they're different, is, well, first you'll see that this one doesn't have a back cover on the motor housing like most of the other ones did, like this one have that bullet cover on the motor housing, and the actual like gearbox is exposed, which is interesting. The motor itself is stamped, and it's a dual bearing motor, unlike the regular models, which were single bearing, which most collectors seem to agree that that was a superior design, and I think so too. I think that's a really good design that Emerson came up with. But what happened for this model was the government had contracted, I think it was Emerson's competition, to produce a fan model for them, and their competition had put in the contract that it was to be a double bearing fan, but Emerson was producing at the time the single bearing fans, the 77 series. But their competition, I think, put in the contract that it had to be a dual bearing fan. Emerson produced this model specifically for that contract, and they won the contract. So that's why these fans were produced for the government, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now, I'm not sure the story behind this particular one. As you can see, it has the trademark typical writing in whiteout on the side there, the motor housing, which I find in a lot of like government facility, for like products formerly owned by government facilities, and also hospitals wrote on whiteout in their products for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like this might have come from a post office or something, because if they were produced for the government and the post office is like a government facility, I feel like this probably could have been used at a post office, but I really don't know the story behind it. I got it off a Facebook Marketplace, and the seller was like this elderly lady. I didn't get a chance to ask her where she got it from, but evidently she got it from someplace that was using it, some facility. I don't know. Maybe her relative worked for the government and snagged it. I don't know. But from this side, you can clearly see the difference in the base. It's it's got this sort of taller portion here at the bottom. The casting, I think, is thicker. But that makes sense because this is a slightly older model. It's from 1952, unlike my 77 I just showed you, which is from 55. Yeah, I'm going to show you the back now. And like I said, the motor itself is stamped. The handle is stamped as well. On the other one, it's cast, which is interesting. But it does have the same exact adjustable oscillator wheel, the adjustable variable degree arc, which is really cool. Yeah, the wing nut for the head is not as fancy. It's just a simple little flat wing nut. It's not like a fancy butterfly nut or anything like that, like on the other one. But still very cool. Yeah. Now, when I got it, the switch was a bit corroded, so I had to clean off the contacts. It only worked on low when I got it, but now it works on all 3 speeds. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to show you the bottom. There isn't any felt on the bottom of this one for some reason. There's this, let's see. It's like this padded material. I'm not sure what it is. It's like, maybe it is felt. I don't know. It's like it's a weird material, but you can see right there. Appliance Fix It. Looks like it cost them $138 to fix it, which, you know, somebody probably could have done that for free. I bet that was them replacing the cord and the head wire. So the nut is a little bit loose. But anyways, so now center you guys again, and we're gonna test the fan with the kilowatt. Actually, before I do that, I do want to show you guys the information. So let me just take the camera off the tripod here. But the tag on the back here, 79648 BB, and then right down there at the bottom you can see property of United States government, and the date code 32, which designates 1952. So yeah, very, very cool. Really neat. I also really love the little tubes, the oil tubes that they have on both the front and the rear bearings. That's a really nice touch. All right, I've got you guys off. I've got the fan pointed off center, so it's hopefully not going to deafen y'all with the wind noise. And I've got the kilowatt plugged in, so we can do an electrical test. Let's go ahead and start the fan up on low. And I have the oscillator disengaged. So we are at 0.61 amps, which I think I recall correctly. Yeah, it was rated for 0.6 amps, so that's pretty good. Five 53, 54 watts. I thought that said 540 per second. And about 3/4 power factor. Medium. Trying to hold the camera steady and do this at the same time. 0.59 amps. 58 watts. And I can't hit the button. 0.83 power factor on medium. High. .58 amps. 61 or so watts. And 0.87 power factor. So yeah, this fan means business. It's a powerhouse. Spin down from high. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. That was a pretty fast spin down, honestly. I feel like maybe I could leave it running a little bit longer and break in those bearings. But, yeah, it's a nice runner. Alright, now I'm going to engage the oscillator by twisting the wheel. I'm actually going to just do it all the way. I'm not going to show the variable oscillation. I demonstrated that in the video of the 77648 SO that I just showed. But started up on high with the oscillation at full 75-degree arc. Whoops, and it's so strong it's blowing the camera back. Probably should get a better tripod. It doesn't shake around. Medium. And low. engage the oscillator. Spin down from low. Alright, and I think the last thing to do is show you guys the whole fan up close. So, your Emerson logo, standard 50s Emerson badge with the pyramid, and then the blades. Fairly certain they're supposed to be just solid black. I don't know what all the speckles are, what the deal with that is, but they're in good shape. It's the blade set itself is balanced, so it doesn't cause any vibrations or anything. The switch, and you can see the indicators here aren't marked or anything. There's no off 1, 2, 3 like there is on this one. It's got off, well, 3, 2, 1. But yeah, it's not labeled, which is interesting. There's no numbers actually cast into the molding, the casting. Side here, it's got screw holes on the base for wall mounting, if you want to mount it to the wall. Oscillator wheel with the adjustable arc mechanism. The gearbox on this one is cast. I know that they used, some of the later ones had stamped gearboxes. Actually, the 77 that I just showed does have a stamped gearbox. But my other 77 648 AS has a cast gearbox, which is weird because I think that one's, well, actually that makes sense. That one's a year older. There's the tag that I already showed, and back of the motor, front of the motor. It's got those circular vents, and then I already showed you the bottom. That wing nut I need to retighten. It's hard to hand tighten, but and then the writing on the side and the whiteout. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I left out about this one. It's a really cool fan. So that is the Emerson 79 648 BB government issued variant 16-inch oscillating desk fan. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.